Adam has a good question that pertains to a lot of the Midwest West right now. He says it's very dry in the upper Midwest. How and when does drought really affect the deer herd, if at all?
Um, you know, obviously it affects them. If it's hot and dry, they're going to get down low in cool areas. They're going to get in shaded areas. Um, One way it affects them is that they'll get those bot flies and it'll kill them.
Mm-hmm.
What do they call that?
EHD.
Yeah, EHD.
Yeah.
They'll get that in heavy droughts. We get that as far north as we've gotten it here a few times. I know you get it down there a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From stagnant water is where they get that as the water condenses. The
Yep.
flies condense. But yeah, cool low areas in drought. You know, I don't think it affects them. You know what it can do is you have a like a long winter, versus a short winter. I think you're going to have smaller rack size. But as far as drought itself, I don't think that that's really going to affect a whole lot. In summertime, there's always going to be green stuff for them to eat. They might have to switch plants if something ain't thriving or something.
Yeah.
But there's going to be plenty for them to eat. They're going to get water out of their food, and they're going to go seek out water. Um, but as far as hunting goes, you just got to hunt them where they go when it's in that kind of condition,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be low, cool areas, and you'll know if you're in them because the sign.
Yeah. Um, yeah. That's the first thing that popped into my head was EHD, just because we've had it so bad here a few times when it gets real dry and hot. Um, but I mean, if you think about, I don't know how much water exactly a whitetail needs, but I mean, I got a river 200 yards from my house right here. There's ponds everywhere.
Mhm.
There's, you know, there's a creek over in the Hoosier National that constantly has water in it and never goes dry. Like
Yeah.
they got water. I think they have water if they need it.
I see that they can live in areas where there's not even a river and a pond around and live off the fluids that they get out of the plants,
Yeah.
which sounds bizarre, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
The hotter it gets, the more they seek out water.
Yeah.
Whether it's just stay cool next to the water or to get the drinks, but you'll get them at the ponds, you'll get them at the
Mm-hmm.
rivers, you'll get them.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's hot and dry and there hasn't been rain in a long time and it's dusty out, not much more different than people. I mean, you're out working in the yard and it's hot out, you're going to want a
You
drink
get a
of
drink of
water.
water. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think they ever run out of water. I guess what to that degree, though, is what I meant. Like, um, I don't know if they think of a drought any differently. I don't think they know that it's a drought. I think there's still water in those areas that they drink from most of the time.
Right. One thing you can do is you can, if you're looking for ways to find deer, like if you're not seeking a certain deer or something, you can go to areas that don't have much water and find a concentration of deer in times like that. Like
Yeah.
I've seen areas in hill country where you get remote from the road and you find a spring that bubbles out of the water and has a little pool there, even when it's dry.
Mm-hmm.
Man, when it's really dry, that spot just has deer around it like crazy. And
Yep.
that's in my GPS or my Onyx or whatever marked.
Yep.
If I ever need that spot, I know where it's at. You know.
Mm-hmm. I saw Josh Bomar. He's putting fly traps out around his farm to keep the bugs down on his farm for the whitetails. So
Hmm.
maybe if
One
all the water gets condensed, you
that
could.
would actually make a difference in any kind of natural environment.
I don't know. I don't know. He was putting a bunch of them out. My gosh. Um, I don't know.
One would think that the interference of being on the property would do more damage than the fly traps would do good.
If you want to watch another video, click right here. But don't forget to subscribe before you leave.